Welcome guys, welcome to MutualGrid tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you how to make splatter effect in Photoshop. I have taken a pretty neat image with plain background. This effect works fine when the background is plain and neat. Okay, I'm going to approach this method in different layers, and some of you may seen in other tutorials that everyone did the same in a single layer. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate our subject from the background. Just rough selection is enough. Fine. I'm going to right click and do a layer view copy. Okay, and I'm going to make this background so clear by removing the subject. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the subject. So I'm going to use the selection from the layer 1 by holding Ctrl and click on the thumbnail. So it makes the object into a selection, right? And now I'm going to select this layer and I'm going to edit and make a fill of content aware. Okay. Yes, just I have removed our subject from the background, and from layer 1 I can take our subject back, and I'm going to remove this side so quickly using quick selection tool. I'm going to select this and I'm going to hit delete to remove those. Okay, fine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer into bunch of times. 1 2 3 4. Because why I'm duplicating this for this many times means I'm going to create a depth illusion, and I'm going to make a splatter layer of 4. That is, for every depth I'm going to make a splatter. For example, here the color and the depth of her shoulder is more. That is, it is more towards Z direction. So I'm going to make a splatter effect for her shoulders separately and for her hands separately, and I'm going to make a contrast with their forehead, this area. Fine, this area separately and her hair area separately, so that our effect will have some depth to it. Hope you got the understand. Hope you understand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep one layer for future purpose, and this is going to be our base layer, and I'm going to duplicate it. Okay, no, fine, it's enough, and I'm going to hide this, and this is going to be our base layer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the eraser tool and I'm going to just erase these portions as of now. Before that, I'm going to draw the basic shape of the splatter direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the black color. Just you can select any color, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw the direction in which the splatter is going to happen. So this will help you to draw the splatter manually, and you will get the taste very soon. Okay, I think this looks fine. This is the shape we are going to make the splatter effect. So I'm going to move this to the top, and I'm going to rename the layer as guide, so that I can remember it and delete it when I export, and I'm going to color code this as red. Okay, so our base layer, and this is going to be our first effect layer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this layer into a liquify tool, and with this tool and with brush density of 85 something, I'm going to just first I'm going to make this area splatter effect. So I'm going to select this area and I'm going to just push it to all the way, because whenever I want to apply the effect has to apply only over this area. Fine. Okay, and I'm going to do the same with her hand now. To make it more punchier, I'm going to enhance this color here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the eyedropper tool. It will be in here for the older version of Photoshop. select this color, and I'm going to choose the enhanced version of this color, and I'm going to just paint over here. I'm going to select some other more color related to this. I think it's fine. This will give a good contrast when you do the splatter effect, and the depth will be enhanced very much. Okay. Now I'm going to erase this thing from this layer. Fine. Now I'm going to do the liquify. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to just enhance from the edge and all the way to the I think this looks fine for me. Okay, and I'm going to do the same with here for her head. So I'm going to erase all the unnecessary parts other than her head here. Now I'm going to liquify this again. I think it's fine. Now for every layer I'm going to do the splatter effect. So first I'm going to select the guy layer and lower its opacity. Just I want a bit too visible, not to confuse me. So I'm going to reduce this opacity and lock this layer. Now I'm going to select the layer 1, which has her left shoulder area just liquefied. So I'm going to select this layer, and I'm going to press Alt key and click on this mask icon. Okay, now I'm going to create a brush. See, I'm going to select the hard edge brush, and I'm going to open up the brush window. See, and I'm going to change some settings. First I'm going to increase the spacing. Okay, next I'm going to choose the shape dynamics, and I'm going to increase all size jitter option all the way up, and I'm going to select the controls to off. Fine, and I'm going to leave every options to 0 and off. Okay, and I'm going to now select the scatter option, and I'm going to pump up the scatter all the way up and other options to 0. I think it's pretty much it. And meanwhile we will change this spacing option while we do splatter effect. So this is our brush. Now what I'm going to do is just I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to start painting the splatter effect. So what I'm going to do is select the brush. Sorry, I have changed the settings. That's fine. Just now I'm going to usually switch these colors from black and white. Just kindly note this color what I'm using. But now to reveal the splatter effect, I have to choose white color, and make sure you are in the mask, layer mask. What I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to reduce the spacing option, and I'm going to start painting here. Just kindly make sure you are following the path you have drawn earlier. This method works very fine when you use mouse. I'm actually using a pen tablet. Just put more weight on this side and make the weight light over this side. Okay, so that the splatter effect looks good and fine. See, I'm going to increase the spacing option, and I'm going to draw. Now I'm going to pump the spacing option all the way up, and I'm going to develop the effect slowly. See, I'm developing it slowly. You can also choose black color here, and you can select the base layer, and you can also erase some parts from here. Choose black color. Choose eraser, and actually erasing some parts give the real effect of breaking. Just keep your concentration on when you do this work, and don't afraid to erase the wrong portion you have done. Just I'm also assuming that I'm doing right, but after some time I'll definitely go through and see that things I have done is correct or not. And I am also changing the brush size. As you can see here, I'm changing the brush size from actually 1 to maximum 5, so that I can get the debris size vary. I think I'm good as of now, and I'm now going to proceed with the next layer. Next layer is the hand layer. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to hold the Alt key and click the layer mask icon, and now I'm going to draw from her hand. I'm going to increase the brush size from 5, and I'm going to just proceed painting. I'm going to reduce the spacing option so that I can get the effect quickly here. And now I'm going to increase the spacing option and also the size as well, and starts doing this splatter effect. Just make sure the splattering effect is more than the bottom one, because the close object looks so clear than the bottom object, and make it more dense than the bottom splatter effect. I'm going to erase some of the portions from her hand directly into the layer than the mask. So I'm going to, for my conscious, I'm going to select the eraser in a very small size, and I'm going to start erasing. draw this again, right? You can also choose the brush. You can also select the layer and choose the brush and sample a color from here, and you can also just merge this with the effect. I'm going to switch color from the skin and as well as the red color that we have chose, and I'm going to try to merge it as good as possible. Now I'm going to select the other head layer and I'm going to do the same from here. To increase the effect, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new layer and I'm going to sample the color from here, and I'm going to add extra freckles in the new layer so that the effect looks so complete. Just I'm going to keep the brush size minimum and I'm going to just accentuate this effect. To make this effect some more, I'm going to add a layer to the bottom and I'm going to add some manual ribbon like effect. Like this, using the pen tool, and I'm going to fill the layer with some color. and I'm going to duplicate this layer, and I'm going to scale this up. Lip pump, merge them, duplicate. This is just to create the illusion that there is some smoke thing going on. I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to erase this area. This gets you some effect of smoke thing going. And I'm going to add I'm going to merge all these layers into a single layer by pressing Ctrl Alt Shift E, and I'm going to add some sharpness. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to limit the sharpness to certain areas. So I'm going to add a mask here, and I'm going to choose the brush and a soft round edge brush, and I'm going to add mask only to selected areas. That help to define the depth I said earlier. Okay, that's it. I hope this tutorial looks fine, and thanks for watching. For more tutorials, subscribe to MutualGrid. Thanks for watching. Bye.